I'm always amazed when I hear about 3D printed houses, which are like many times cheaper. They are talking about the walls only. You can 3D print the walls. You can't 3D print windows. You can't 3D print wiring. So if you just focus on the walls, yes, they are cheaper. But the whole thing won't be anything what they advertise in their blog posts and articles. So the big picture, house is not just the walls or just the roof or just the foundation. It's a combination of all things, and everything has to be taken care of and paid for. That is how you get a ready-made house. In fact, we're not selling houses, we are selling material packages. So house is something where you can sit on the sofa, open a beer and watch TV. And if you buy our kit, well, you can sit on it and drink beer, but it's not a house, you need some more things. You have to see the full picture of the all cost and time frame and everything in order to get your project finished in time and in budget. And there are suppliers who refer to their part and say it's the most important thing. For you, most important thing is the whole thing. I'm about to tell you a story how to put together the house from 4 ingredients. First, paperwork. Architects, you need paperwork done before you start building. Second, are the materials you need for building. Quite obvious, right? Third is the labor and services like transport, builders, painters, insulators, electricians, and so on. That's the third item. And fourth, what nobody is talking about is actually inefficiency. It always happens, but with the kit homes, it's just a little less. And of course, a good builder is inevitable because the kit home has to be assembled, insulated, finished inside and out. So you need a builder and try to convince them that this is actually quicker and more efficient way to build the home. Plus, there is not much room for errors for them, so it's less risk for the builder. We had a customer on British Islands who is a builder by a trade, and he was like super happy about this kit. So he built it for sale, and he wants to build more. He did one last year, and he said he will definitely do one this year as well because it's just more efficient. We've had many people saying that they have trouble finding the builder since builders are not too keen to take on a job with kit homes. The reason for that is they believe that there is not enough money for them because most of the work on the materials has been done in factory. But that's not true because there are still a lot of work to do first, and second, they don't have to spend same amount of time. So yes, maybe they earn half of what they would earn on house from scratch, but they also spend half of the time. In order to get good builder on board, in United States I've heard that builders are more keen to take on the project if you refer to it as a truss system, not as a kit home. It happens that the customer comes with a quote from local builder and asking us why it is so much cheaper and why should I buy a kit home from Europe if the locally made is cheaper. While in some areas of world it even may be true, in most cases it's just not. The local builder is showing you a little part of the picture, like a structural lumber. I've made the math that building here in Estonia, the ready-built house from the total budget, the timber, the raw lumber, actually, it's from 12 to 15% of the total cost. As they say, you can't compare oranges to apples. And to make both quotes comparable, they should include the same items. Our kits have the structure, which is also pre-cut. It means it also includes part of the work. It includes roof covering, it includes engineering, fastening materials like screws and nails, house wrap, also transport. While local transport is usually cheaper, yes, but you also have to transport the cut-offs. Same thing with the equipment. While builder has to set up the equipment to cut the things on site once and take it down, putting it up and taking it down, well, you pay for it. In our factory, it was put up once 4 years ago, and well, you don't have to pay for it, it's already there. So it's all about efficiency. And local builders, as a rule of thumb, they can't be as efficient as a factory. Plus, they do it first time, your particular building. We've done it many times. And we have ironed out a lot of wrinkles in the system. We have made our mistakes, and we probably won't do the same mistakes on your house. But the builder, well, if it's the first one, he has to learn. And do you really want him to learn his lessons on your house? I'm not saying here that the builders are bad people. They are not. They are family people trying to run their business, and they are not there just to rip you off or something. No, it's a particular way they do their business. It's different from our way. And I dare to claim that our way is just more efficient. So your project has to start from paperwork. And when you take on this stage of your project, you can find a lot of help from our digital guides. You can learn about the full picture in those guides in terms of budgeting, running the processes, finding the contractors, and so on and so on. For budgeting, we have a really good and very detailed budgeting guide with a spreadsheet with about 80 line items, so you won't miss any. And it really helps you to put together this big picture. So at least check it out. And the quick start guide is describing the whole process, in which order the things has to be done. So if you're not familiar with building, will help you. So in a conclusion, often builders don't quote you for all of this. They just quote that lumber and work. There is so much more. The groundworks, architect works, assembly, of course, cutting the timber actually, fastening materials to nail it together, screw it together. That's why we need to focus on the big picture, the full picture.